Hello, my dear children. I hope all of you are well and safe in the confines of your homes. Since most of you may not have your books, today I will give you a brief introduction of English language as we will study in classes 9 and 10. Language, or as we call it English 1 paper, is of 80 marks and is somewhat different from the way questions were asked in class 8. You don't need to get worried as most of the question pattern remains the same. Like, you will have to write an essay, a letter, there will be a comprehension passage with word meanings and question answers. But there is going to be one new additional question in the comprehension passage, and that is called a summary. The specific thing about this summary is that it has to be of 50 words only. This I will teach you once we all meet in class. There is one new question that you have to do in your language paper, and that is notice and email. Both are of 5 marks each. This newly introduced question is very easy, provided you go by the rules, that is, the format that is given to us by the council. One can easily score full marks in that. The grammar portion is only of 20 marks. If you are in the good habit of reading and speaking in English, this question is a breeze. Not only this question, your entire language paper is a cakewalk. So, while you are at home, do pick up some good books and read. There can be no better way to spend this lockdown period. Coming back to the grammar question, till now in the earlier classes like 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th, you got questions topic-wise. There would be a specific question on active-passive, another one from degrees of comparison, or parts of speech, adverbs, adjectives, direct, indirect, and so on. Now, this question 5 of grammar will have applied of functional grammar, that is, all of what you have studied in the lower classes will be tested. Don't get scared. Question 5 has 4 parts to it: A, B, C and D. Part A tests your basic knowledge of tenses. Part B, you have to join sentences. Now there is a condition over here. You have to join sentences without using and, but or so. Note the word without. While joining the sentences, you cannot use the words and, but or so. I'll give you an example. He is unwell. He cannot attend the meeting. Our first reflex is to use so. Like, he is unwell, so he cannot attend the meeting. This is an incorrect transformation. We were told in the instructions without using and, but or so. The correct transformation of this sentence will be, he is unwell, therefore he cannot attend the meeting. Or we can say, he cannot attend the meeting as he is unwell. So we have joined the two sentences, he is unwell, he cannot attend the meeting, by the words therefore or as. And in both these cases, we did not use the words and, but or so. Part C. This part has 8 questions where you have to fill in the blanks with an appropriate word. These words that you have to fill in are mostly prepositions. Knowledge of correct prepositions comes not only by practice but also by a good habit of reading. It helps you attempt this question with ease and accuracy. Part D. This last part deals with transformation of sentences. You have already done this in class 8. A sentence is given, and after the sentence an instruction is mentioned in the brackets, and you have to transform the sentence according to the instruction given. In doing so, you have to be careful that the sense or the meaning of the sentence should not change. You may change the tenses or anything else, but the meaning of the sentence should not change. For example, he was carrying some books in a big bag. Within brackets, use contained. So what will you write? You will say, the big bag contained some books. You used contained and the sense remained the same. Another example. He is too stupid for such a difficult task. Within brackets, remove too. The transformed sentence is going to be, he is so stupid that he cannot do such a difficult task. Whenever you remove to, in its place, so that is used. A sentence may be given as, the bag was so heavy that he could not lift it. In this case, you remove so that. So you will write, the bag was too heavy to be lifted. So I have in brief told you all the 5 questions that we get in English language. Let's do a quick recap. Question 1, essay. You will have 5 options. One will be story type, the other narrative, descriptive, argumentative, and a picture composition. Of these 5 options, you have to do any one. Question 2, letter writing. You will get an informal and a formal letter. You have to do any one. Question 3, notice and email. Question 4, comprehension, which has 3 parts, A, B and C. A being word meaning, B, question and answers, C, summary of 50 words. Question 5, grammar, 4 parts, A, tenses, B, joining of sentences without using and, but or so, C, fill in the blanks with prepositions, D, transformation of sentences according to the instructions given in the brackets. All right. Of all these questions, 2 aspects of the language paper need your utmost attention. Once you keep these rules in your mind, you will never get confused. There will be no room for any doubt. Now these 2 questions are letter writing and notice and email. Now you know what all we will be studying in class 9. Today we will learn the format of an informal letter. You can see this is a specimen of an informal letter. Such letters are those which are written to friends, relatives, or family members. The question is, imagine that you are in a boarding school and have performed poorly in your terminal examination. Write a letter to your mother explaining the reasons for your poor performance and tell her how you plan to do better in the forthcoming examinations. When you write the address, it has to be on the left side of your writing sheet. It has to be in block style. After each line of your personal address, there is a comma. and after the name of the place, you write a dash and the pin code. Like if I have to write Allahabad dash 211003 or anything. It is not possible that you know the pin codes of all places. You can write anything. Writing a pin code lends authenticity. It need not be accurate. No one checks if the address is correct. It just has to look like a plausible postal address. You can even do without a pin code. In this case, you can see it is the address of a school. That's because the person writing this letter is in a boarding school. Now we come to the date. You can see how the date is written in full. Do not write the date separated by dashes or slashes. Next comes the salutation or the greeting. Now, even if you are writing to your mother, grandmother, father, grandfather, uncle, respected is never written. Keep it simple and begin writing the letter with dear. In this case, dear mummy or dear mother. Do not write words like amma, I, ammi. They will not be accepted. We then come to the main part of the letter called the body. It should be written in a natural style and divided into 2 or 3 paragraphs. Your language should be simple, direct, and relevant. The opening line of the letter should be what they have asked in the question. Carefully see the first line of this specimen letter. I know that you are very disappointed with my half-yearly report. Often you begin a letter with phrases like, how are you? I hope this letter finds you in the pink of health. Try to avoid these boring general beginnings. They do not make for an effective start. The body or the main part of the letter consists of an introduction, purpose, and conclusion. Keep the conclusion polite. Finally, the subscription. When you write yours affectionately, yours lovingly, or yours sincerely, note the words affectionately, lovingly, sincerely, loving son begin with small letters. Yours is always written with a capital Y. Yours affectionately, yours lovingly, your loving son, these are all followed by a comma. In the end, your signature. You only write your first name. When writing to friends, relatives, or members of your family, just your first name is written. I hope you have followed all the instructions I gave you today. Now, a little assignment for today. Kindly write this informal letter following the guidelines that I have taught you. One of your grandparents has completed 100 years of age. Write a letter congratulating him or her, expressing gratitude, praise, and admiration for the way he or she has lived his or her life. You have learnt the format or the layout of an informal letter. I have just taught it to you. Remember how you have to write the address in the block style, how you have to write the name of your city and the pin code, the date, how you have to begin with dear, divide the main part of your letter into 2 or 3 paragraphs, and how you have to end with your signature. So do your homework nicely and happily. Stay safe, stay at home, and don't trouble your moms. God bless.